0. Right? We are live.
Yep.
Yup. And
welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're back with Collegiate Summer Overwatch League, featuring our gold team against Champlain Blue.
Our green team. Featuring our green team against Champlain Blue. This is gonna be an interesting game. They were warming up and they were not looking like they were playing at their absolute peak, but they are giving it their all. That's for sure. They were very heated. They were warming up very heavily. Green team was. And honestly, I think they got this in the bag. Looks like similar comps. Both teams running Orion.
Both gonna be trying to play the shield break here with the Junkrat.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, Murasama's on Junkrat, which I don't know if I've ever seen his Junkrat. It's gonna be an interesting game for sure. Kind of a Rhine off here. And Yu-Gi-Oh with a big wall. He goes in swinging, and the Immo's down. Yu-Gi-Oh goes in swinging, gets him down to half. Bebsy is not looking good, but they've got Lucio Bat, both teams.
That takes the first point. Huge pick from Murasama.
Huge pick. Looks like they take it first. Oh, it looks like Murasama gets a second one on the Lank, and then yeah, it's just gonna be, they're just gonna fold. They're just gonna fold him. Yep, Sac State takes first point.
Sac State takes first point.
They sure do. Nice. They're already 94 on the tire, and the other team, they only got, yeah, they have length wall, the BAP wall. They already got tire. So this fight is probably gonna, yep, big tire. Any immortality field? Oh,
God,
that's a massive 3K from Murasama. The tire is so huge. That's insane.
I don't think anyone was expecting him to have tire there.
Yeah, no way. He had it so early. How did he build tire that quick? That's insane.
I think it was just all the spam. I think. But
I mean, yeah, he did get those 2 early picks that first fight. That was what that Murasama is what kind of enabled him to win that first fight. It looks like Champlain Blue is going to go right side, straight to point. They're already burning down the Rhine shield, and there's the window. Mercy's already gone, already killed with a fire strike, and here's Betsy just charging in now.
This is a shatter on the Rhine here. Rhine should die, and this is another clean.
Yep, and they just wipe it up. Flames clean up the Lucio, and that's it. 80% on the first point.
Good to know that they all have no ults, and Sac State didn't.
Yeah, Sac State didn't use any ult there. Oh no, yeah, they did. They used Collegiate ult. They used Collegiate ult there. And now they're going to be using Eros' ult. Yeah, it's big. Bastion goes down. Hey,
the point here.
Yeah.
Not here for Sac State.
Overtime. Champlain Blue manages to get into overtime. Freezes up Bebsy. Oh, wow! They're actually able to bring it back! Champlain Blue!
What happened there?
They used the Mei ult, froze everybody off point, and then backcapped while they just killed everybody. They only used 1 ult there and won the fight with just the Mei ult. Kazuma goes absolutely massive with that Mei ult and just won the point for Blue. This is not over yet. Still 0-0.
Can take this back with these 3 ults coming up now.
Yeah, Champlain has a real shot now because they've got 3 huge ults, maybe 4 with the Rhine shatter. And Sac State only has a 3 at the most. Murasama gets poked down to 1. There's a big beat there. They trade DPS players. It's 4v4 now. Looks like Kazuma is able to find Glaceon. Now Bebsy has 1 healer, and it looks like he goes down 2. Looks like Chaplain's gonna take the second fight as well. Yeah.
The supports used there. And Tire coming back up, so they will not have beat for this window as well.
Bastion ult comes out. A little early. Can he get a pick? Very close on Murasama. Junkrat is 1. Murasama goes down to Kazuma, and the fight's begun already. They wall off Bebsy, 64 on the point. Yeah, they've got plenty of time to work with now. And they force Sac State Green into a full reset again by only using, it looks like, just 1 ult. Or 2 ults. Did they use beat? They used beat.
You Mayo Shatter should be coming up here. Hopefully this tire gets a pick or two, but this should be the last fight here.
Yeah, they have tire, they have mail, and they have window, so they have plenty of time. Here's the tire coming in. Murasama. He's going to be going for another massive tire. Is he going to be able to top him last time? There it is. Gets the pick.
They can walk now.
Yep. Rayshon's able to get one, but that's a huge slam.
Freeze for freeze.
Big mail. Yep, freeze for freeze. But Pepsi's cleaning them up. Both teams at 99%, and yep. Looks like Sac State's just going to clean up. That is the map right there.
Okay.
Whew. That was
I
close.
honestly thought Sac State was gonna roll them there after getting 99, but it was a little bit closer than we thought.
Yeah, that was much closer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be 99 to 0. I thought it was gonna be 100 to 0.
Yeah,
They brought it back.
Surprising turnaround from the 5-man Kazuma Mayo.
Yeah, that was big. Honestly, I think where the fight really shifts is whenever we see the DPS ults come out, because it looks like both teams having the Mei means that whichever Mei farms her ult faster is going to be the Mei that inevitably wins it for their team. But it looks like Murasama's swapping off Junkrat. That Junkrat was honestly probably the other reason why Sac State Green was able to hold it down for so long. They had Tire every fight, and Tire is just pretty brutal to deal with. But swapping off that, going on Hanzo now. I need to see this Hanzo gameplay. For sure. Damn. They're already almost managing to kill the Baptiste.
And Murasama does get picked off.
Murasama gets picked off. Huge Hanzo gameplay. Yeah.
I think
Squid Hat Jack gets a 2K on the Lucio. Scrambles Sac State Green.
I think without the Junkrat pressure here, Champlain is going to be able to walk on this backline a little bit more.
For sure.
But let's see. We're waiting for a pick or two from the Hanzo.
Yeah, and it's honestly kind of just a duel of the Reinhardts as well. Like, we're seeing whichever Reinhardt goes in first, usually gets walled off, but looks like he's going in swinging, almost able to take down Mei. He runs in, swinging, Yuvo manages to find it onto Betsy. Manages to somehow get the Rein diff, and Kazuma cleans up the rest. Yeah, Champlain takes second fight as well. Looks like they have window. They're going to have Shatter as well as the Bastion ult. Sac State Green doesn't have much to work with yet. They've just got Shatter and maybe the Mei ult. If Arrows is able to farm that quickly, that could be a turning point for Sac State.
They have to farm.
Looks like Betsy's just kind of running up, and they window and just absolutely melt him in 1 second. Yep, and it's Yuvo swinging in now. Able to clean up the rest. That was insane. I wish we could get a play-by-play of that. I wish we could get a slowdown. I wish we could get...
getting melted.
Dude, that was insane. He lost all his health in like a matter of frames.
Bastion window.
Yeah. And he farms his ult off that, so he's just gonna rip it. Murasama actually gets a pick. Ooh, big shatter. And it looks like Chaplain's able to clean it up with the shatter. Can we get a POV of Hanzo?
Dang, Betsy coming back with Shatter. Kazuma does have ult on the Mei.
It looks like Murasama did use that dragon last fight, and that looks like that was able to zone off. Mercy gets the pick, or I guess Bastion, and there's Mei. Yep, there it is. Mei's able to get her ult off. Murasama able to touch at the last second. Yeah, it looks like Flames is trying to, and that's it.
1-1 on Antarctic. Personally, I would have preferred the Junkrat there just to have a little more frontline pressure. I feel like the Rein there wasn't getting much help, and they were just able to walk on the backline every time. Let's see.
Yeah, the biggest struggle I think with this comp that Sac State Green's running is they're running BAP and they're not running anything to like really protect the BAP because Hanzo's kind of always going in. The last time they had the Junkrat, and Junkrat was kind of able to zone with his bombs, and they weren't able to push him. And especially when they're in a Rein duel, having a Junkrat is just so strong because you're able to break the shield so consistently. But
it's like a big switch coming in from Sac State. We do
big
have
switch.
the junk right now. What?
Yeah, we have Junker Queen plus. They're running like a dive comp with arrows. Ooh, arrows on Sojourn getting lasered. Almost gets taken down.
First time on the back line.
Muratama somehow. They used immortality. Bebsy's dropping. There he goes. And now they're all down at the bottom of the point. And it looks like Champlain's just kind of capturing point. Not really going for kills, but Sac State's just dropping onto them. Flames also drops down.
They have to die quick.
They do have to die quick. They gotta regroup. And they're swapping main tanks over to Sigma off the Junker Queen, and they're swapping to Murasama off Genji. He's back on his Hanzo. And I think Hanzo is actually very, very strong on this map. It's a lot of open angles that Hanzo can take advantage of. Let's see it. Let's see what he's able to do here. Murasama has proven himself to kind of be the catalyst for Sac State, the kind of thing that gets the ball rolling for fights. So let's see if he can take something here. He does. He's got really good positioning there. Window from Champlain. But Yuyo just kind of drops. The fight has begun. Both tanks have to be. Yep. Glacian gets 2. That's insane. And that's gonna do it. Sac State is able to clean it up. They take the first fight of the map.
Played by Sac State. They just decided to flip the window.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, Glacian there popping. Or he didn't pop window. He just was able to get 2. Able to clean up there. That was really good. And we're seeing Murasama already at his dragon. They're gonna. I see Sac State do this a lot, where they do Sigma plus the Hanzo ult. But it looks like Hanzo's just gonna rip it and dip it and get. Oh, he gets domed. He gets domed, and that's gonna be the fight. That's gonna be the engage. Arrows disabled. Arrows finds 2. They're trying to clean up. Bebsy's able to find Mercy. Now it's on tank off. It is just a tank v tank, and he uses Shatter, but he misses it. No way. Bebsy's able to save it.
Bebsy has to be feeling hot after that one. Dropping the question mark in the chat.
No way. With the disrespectful question mark.
A little bit of disrespect there.
Clutching it up for Sac State. Bebsy's able to find it at the very last second. No Shatter. Yep, early Bastion ult doesn't find anything. Nope.
Alright, well, they do have Window does come out.
Dope comes out. Imo comes out. May ult comes out. Lario. Everything is just kind of happening. And this is Overwatch for you. All ults have been used. Sac State green gets folded. But look at this. Chaplin's able to take it back, and they have their Bastion, or they have their BAP window. They hit him with the question mark back. Doesn't excuse your Shatter, Murasama.
Okay,
a little bit of chat flame. I
do like it.
A little bit of friendly banter between the two teams. You can see these teams must have some kind of history together, and if they don't before, they do now. But I do like the Hanzo pick, because he is focusing on that shield. He's getting that shield down really low. We also have arrows here, full charge. Window from Champlain. Doesn't find anything just yet, but Murasama almost gets taken down. Yuyo finds Bebsy, and they're able to force out the BAP ammo. Sac State needs something. Sac State needs a kill. They need an elim here. Oh, but he headshots.
No block.
Forces out the May block. 99% for Champlain. They need to touch point. It looks like they're able to. Dragon comes out. Look at the fine position. Yep. Squid Hit Jack finds Murasama. Mercy finds Bebsy. Looks like Flames and Arrows are the only 2 left standing. Sojourn ult comes out. This might happen if he's able to get one, but unfortunately, Flames did not get the memo.
Here we go.
Question mark drops in the chat.
A little bit more disrespect in the chat, but Champlain does win the first map on Antarctic.
They take first map question marks galore. That was actually a very good game. It looked like it could go either way many times.
This was a deciding factor here.
This was kind of the fight right here. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does not show the shatter.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did not show the outplay from Bebsy. That was a little bit of a tank diff. I mean, both tanks were kind of shooting shots at each other. What do you think? What tank had the better performance there that map, would you say?
I to me it seemed very even. I will just say though that um Sac State did look a little more shaky in terms of comp wise, not knowing what they wanted to play. Um, just not being able to deal with this Ryan push comp. That they're just trying to. I think they're trying to outpoke and I'm not trying to face them on that high ground. I think was the game plan there. And it did work for a little bit, but it was just too many picks going off. I think Bebsy did get picked off on one of those final fights there, so they couldn't fully have a fight
Right.
in.
Yeah.
But this Ryan is just able to walk on
Mhm.
this back line and still trying to figure out what they want to do with it. With the little the junk queens he did switch on junk queen and then he
Yeah,
decided to stay on the Sigma, which worked a lot better.
it did. It did. But we saw Champlain. They looked like they kind of had their comp set in stone. Like this Ryan never
Yeah,
swapped off
definitely.
Ryan all map, and we saw Sac State kind of like fiddling with their comp. Whereas if I feel like if they just stuck with that original Junkrat May
I agree.
Ryan that they were running, I feel like they would have been able to take it because they were running like poke with the Sojourn and the Hanzo, and they just weren't able to get value since the entirety of Champlain was just behind the Rhine shield pretty much all game.
Yeah.
Um, and then also, how are we not going to talk about the window and then the Bastion? The window came out and Bastion just went turret mode and was able to find Bebsy
Ebsy every time.
every time. I mean, at least break his shield all the way. Yeah, it was really brutal for Sac State. They really
Yeah,
couldn't find anything. And I think if they just stuck to a comp, stuck to what they had practiced, I feel like maybe they might have stood a better chance.
yeah, for
But
sure.
either way, it was a
Uh,
close game
it
for
was a very
sure.
close game. I think we both would have preferred that Junkrat pressure a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I think the Rhine is the Rhine comp is not a bad comp. I think Bebsy's very, very comfortable on the Rhine. He
Hmm.
loves playing it. I think he was just missing a little bit of that frontline pressure. That's why he couldn't play it. But we'll
Right.
see. We'll see
We
what the
will.
next map holds.
Yeah, and I mean, Overwatch is all about like team coordination. I mean, if you get two ults or three ults, you got to combo them together. And I think the whole reason why they switched their comp is this is actually a comp that Green runs a lot. Where they have the Sigma plus the Hanzo, and Sigma uses his Flux, and then Hanzo uses the Dragon underneath it, so they get pulled into the Dragon.
Yeah.
But they were never able to do a combo like that. If you noticed, like not once did Sac State Green actually like use their ults wisely. I feel like they kind of just ripped them.
Yeah.
Whereas Champlin, they you kind of saw they had more of a game plan in mind. Like they were, throwing the mail first, and then if that didn't work, then they had Shatter. They kind of had a game plan in mind with their ults. Whereas I feel like Sac State really didn't coordinate their ults as well as they normally do. So, we're gonna see going into the second game how they're able to keep that up. See if they're gonna maybe transition over into a comp that they can use ults together well, or something. We got to see more from Sac State here
Yeah,
for sure going
definitely.
into the second game.
Looks like it's going to be a Numbani. Um,
Hmm.
just from the previous games and scrims that we've had, I think Cross is going to come in here
Yep.
because she is that Mercy player, Mercy pocket that they are looking for. So this is going to be a little bit of change up in terms of comp. Definitely, I think we can even see a Monkey here.
Oh yeah.
Monkey, definitely an Ash.
What's interesting about this map is it's for me it's a rare map. Like I feel like I don't see this map played too much, and for them to go new Bonnie here is kind of I feel like it favors Sac State because Bebsy loves Winston, so
Yeah, he
I
does.
think they're gonna go Winston and Mercy for sure. And Cross is one of those support players where She really likes to play like in the team, you know, like a Mercy or like Lifeweaver. I know she plays Lifeweaver, and so I think they're gonna play to that. I hope that they play to their strengths more, because Murasama, they need to be playing to Murasama's strength and able to get 2 picks like right away. They need to be playing to like pocket him with the Mercy, or you know, do something to help him get a pick. And then, you know, they need to be playing to Cross's strength as well, because you know, Cross is one of those support players that is just always playing like right on the tank, you know, pocketing with the Mercy or pocketing with the Lifeweaver. So, you know,
Yeah,
they just gotta play to their
she has
strengths.
been a difference maker. At least on over the past weeks on this Numbani with her Mercy. So I think this is a lot more of a comfortable pick. Just to get Stack State warmed up, I think they switched off. They doubted themselves a little too early on that first Antarctic map with all the switches, but hopefully they can find some footing here. They should be comfortable here, especially defending.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sac State is looking starting defense then. Interesting.
See what they pull out here. Definitely should be a Mercy.
We'll see. I mean, honestly, they just need to pick a comp where they're going to combo ults well. I mean, kind of people get lost, I think, when they make Overwatch comps. They're thinking like, okay, we need a BAP, we need a Lucio, we need Neil, we need like some damage, and all this junk crap. But really, the only thing that matters is your ults at the end of the day. Honestly, like Overwatch is all about ults. And yeah, you're right. Cross is going to go on Mercy, Murasama on Echo, so maybe they're going to do a little Mercy pocket. That is what I said at the beginning. I said they need to be pocketing Murasama. They need to be making sure that this guy gets in there, pick gets out.
We kind of have a little tankier anti-dive.
Yep.
With the Briggs here on this first point. Pretty interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder how... Oh, sorry. Sac State is on attack, it looks like. Champlain is going to be starting defense.
So they love playing this dive on attack here.
Yeah, it looks like Eros is going to go with Genji. So we've got a deadly DPS combo here with the Echo Genji. And it looks like they've got Nano Blade. They've got Valve plus the Monkey Rage, and then they've got Echo to just kind of ult one off, see what she can find. So it looks like the thought process is definitely here more so than last map for Sac State, because they do actually have ults that are comboing well together. Looks like Murasama's going to start by taking out the turret, and that's going to allow Bebsy to go in on the Winston off here. But Eros goes down. Kazuma from Champlain Blue is able to laser down Eros, and Yuyo picks him off. And then Torbjorn lands up with 2. Interesting comp from Champlain as well. I mean, with the Torb Ash, that's pretty deadly.
It's gonna be hard when I dive, especially since we're all sitting on this high ground here.
Yeah, double hit
scan. This room, I can definitely see Sac State taking it here. But to see, I think.
It is interesting to see, yeah, Murasama on the right side just kind of trying to poke him down while Bebsy's sitting main. And they're able to get the tank down to half. Kazuma down to very low. Looks like Bebsy's just kind of on the Winston, not able to find it. Yuyo gets antied and Bebsy goes in. This is anybody's fight right now, but Lank is able to take down Eros. And Yuyo's able to take down Glaceon. Bebsy's still capping point. He's able to find a tick as he gets out.
Only a tick, I think. What's important to note is this is definitely going to be the battle of who can get the nano first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Champlain Blue is at 98% on their nano.
On that nano there.
We have a few game-winning ultimates, I would say. Nano is definitely one of them. Bebsy gets lit on fire. They also do have the Bob and the Torbol as well. Ash is one of those heroes where if you let her cook, and right now Bebsy is not letting him cook as he's able to find it. Bebsy finds the pig. Yuyo finds Glaceon. They traded. Yep. Nano Monkey. And it looks like Murasama, they have double Monkey. Yuyo finds Cross, and it's just trade for trade now. All the players are just fighting for life on point. Eros finds one. Torbjorn lets his ult rip. And Yuyo's able to find Murasama with his rage. With his Winston ult. but it looks like they're not getting out. Eros actually blades and kills 2. 3, make that 3 for Eros. Insane play. It's just him and Winston on point. Yes, it's Brig and Winston versus Genji and Mercy. I think we all know how that fight goes. But the ball swap from Bebsy is going to be huge. Forces Rally out. Rally now on point. This fight is still going on. It did Bob. Bebsy just says reset. Yep. Finish reset.
Yeah, that was
but
a
look
little
at
bit
that.
of an overextended fight, but
look at their percentage on point. Now all they have to do, they just have to kind of distract them now. Just cap the point. That's kind of what Bebsy's been doing. Looks like he's staying on ball. Gets on point for a little bit. just kind of teases the point. Eros goes down. And unfortunately, Bebsy gets slapped and Andy. He should be fine. Gets able to kind of get out here. He gets out. This is great. Sac State's able to find a few picks. Corp's still alive, but Eros cleans it up. And there it is. Sac State, yep, they're able to take it. That was really close.
That was very close.
Each fight, Sac State was able to get a pick, which is interesting. Normally, it's just kind of one fight, but there it was multiple.
Huge staggers here.
Too. Yep, they were able to stagger.
Very comfortable on this Genji.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw him play Sojourn. He was kind of shaky on that, it looked like, but now he's on Genji, and it just seems to be much more comfortable for him. Because he's already farmed like 2 blades. He's got a. Is this his second or third blade that he's got? Second blade. Yu-Gi-Oh goes in with his ult. Looks like his only goal is to take out this Genji. As we can see him jumping.
Burn there, Sac State.
I like the Mercy killing the turret as well.
Both
got her pistol.
Be up here soon.
Kazuma was able to swap, yeah, to Sombra, top Bebsy off guard. But it's okay, they've got a second tank. Murasama now swapping over, and a huge anti comes out. Massive tank play from Murasama. He's able to echo the Winston. Yep.
This should be going into the third point.
Bebsy somehow able to find Kazuma as well. He's able to take down the Sombra. He said, I'm not going to swap. And he hit him with the question mark. Yep.
Wow.
Bebsy again.
He is on a different timing today, but that is what we like to see.
He has got a city to burn, for sure. He is not here to make friends. He's here to win.
I'd say definitely a lot more comfortable on this top. I would like to see this Torb won't get used. Been holding it a little bit longer, but we do have this Sombra coming up here.
Yep, this is going to be a big EMP.
With it. Have his blade, but we don't have Nano yet.
Yeah. I really love how Murasama is just kind of taking these off angles and just kind of distracting Champlain while Bebsy and the rest of the team kind of just group up on point. And he's also able to just kind of fry the backline. But somehow Kazuma teleports onto Glaceon, finds him, and is able to hack. Wow, what a play from Kazuma. Just finds 2 off rip like that from Sombra.
Sombra ult there. In that fight.
Yep. They used EMP, they used the Winston Rage. Now they're just trying to clean up.
I think that is what Saxon.
Oh, but he gets cleaned up!
Clean up on the monkey there.
Yu-Gi-Oh goes down.
That's definitely what they want.
That's exactly what Saxon
needs.
There's the ult coming out. Huge slam. Able to take down Liana. And there it is, yep. Bebsy takes down both supports. Cross is able to res Murasama. Meanwhile, Eris is just going in.
JQ can die here, does not have any of her supports.
And no one's on cart. No one's pushing. There we go.
Actually, really
Murasama wants this. He's going in on their tank. He really wants this here. He needs to farm this Junker Twin ult while he's in his form. While he's in his ult form. He's almost got it, 85%. 2 seconds left, and he's able to get it just as his ult runs out. And Bebsy finds one. Yu-Gi-Oh finds one. It's a 3v4 right now in favor of Champlain. Now it's a 4v4. Bebsy can't find it. 20 seconds left. 2.94 meters.
No ults from either side. They do have that.
Sac State needs to touch. They have 13 seconds to touch. Arrows might be the only one who can do it. Cross is also here. They've got 10 seconds to touch. It looks like there's going to be one last fight here. They nano the Genji. He deflects. He's able to find Suki. That was huge. Not able to get the blade off, unfortunately.
2-for-1 trade, actually.
Yep. That is huge. And it looks like Bebsy's 1v1 in the jungle screen. He does get antied. He's not able to find anything. Lank finds 2. That was a massive anti at the end, and Champlain just cleans it up.
From Lank there. Very close game.
Very close. 0-2.
Definitely thought it was Sac State taking that third little bit there, but with the nano Genji, especially with that blade up, but he does fall a little bit earlier than he was wanting to. Huge play from Lank there on those nano or on the anti, and that last fight got like 3, I think.
Yeah. Somehow, I think it was just Lank being back there, and they weren't able to kill the Ana, and so there was just free heals going out onto their tank. I mean, we saw Bebsy and Yuo just kind of having this tank off, and it wasn't going either way because the healers were still alive. So, you know, there just wasn't really anything Bebsy could do at the end there, other than try and focus down the Ana, but by that point it was kind of too late. Still, I think Sac State should definitely be proud of getting the payload that far, considering just how close the first point was. I mean, they're lucky to even cap that point at all to start, and then for them to be able to push it all the way nearly to the end, I'd say Sac State should definitely take that and just kind of say like, yeah, let's get a good defense here. They do have Ashe and Mercy, which is that's what I do in comp. Honestly, if I don't have a Mercy pocket on Numbani, I just...
The nade lineup, hold on.
Okay, Glacian throws a nade.
No idea if it hits, but Mura is on this Tracer now here.
Yep. Yeah, I really like their DPS setup that they tend to run, with Murasama being the more dive DPS and then Eros usually playing the...
Careful, that is 8 Ashe.
Yeah.
But they
do have to be careful. Looks like both teams have the Mercy pocket, but Bebsy finds the first pick. Murasama finds the second, and now they're diving onto Kazuma here in the back line. But Lank is 1v1ing Murasama, but Eros is able to just find him. Now they reset. I do want to see this Ashe game play as much as we can, to be honest, because this is going to be the deciding factor. That pocketed Ashe, the pocketed Ashe is going to be what determines this fight, I think, for me anyway. I mean,
I'm aware that Sac State does have kind of a team plan of where they want to position if they do get dove on this high ground here.
Yeah.
So
I really like how the team is sort of split. You know, we have our DPS and our healers on the right side, and then let's see what happens as Hero tries to dive him. Bebsy with the re-dive onto the Ashe and Mercy pocket finds 2. In the... Wow. Yep, Sac State's going to be looking up. Goes in, tries to get more. Those are some massive staggers. Can't find the Winston. It's going to back out. And 80% on both tank ults. Still anyone's game. That was interesting. I mean, as soon as Yuo dived the backline, Bebsy also dived the backline, and he was able to find the Mercy and the Ashe.
Yeah, I think this Ashe is just getting so much value with the double pocket even, that they can just...
yeah, he's already got his Bob. Next they has all 5 of their ultimates, and it looks like they're just going to rip the Bob on the high ground. And here comes the ult from Champlain. Able to boop off the Bob off the map. Able to boop off the Ashe off the map as well. Yuo goes big with 2. And now it's Bebsy on point. Murasama finds one with his pulse bomb. As Bebsy just kind of swings in, gets slept. And there's a Nano Blade from Champlain as it finds two. Euro cleans up Murasama. And it looks like Champlain takes it. They did that easier than Sac State was able to do that.
Yeah.
And it looks like Sac State swaps to Sombra. Swaps off Genji. Interesting. We're already seeing him take this space into the high ground. We saw Sac State do that last half as well. But it's going to be difficult with Sombra hacking him.
We do get the pick as well from Kazuma and now on the Trojan.
Yeah. Yes, I do have this Brig now
Does
instead
get
of...
picked off.
Yep. Both tanks anti. Now Bebsy's able to find it. And he goes in. He knows they're down to DPS and he's just going in. He's going in monkey mode.
He is going monkey mode. Monkey does get slept.
And their monkey gets slept and antied. That was big from Glaceon. And hacked as well from Murasama. This is just absolutely brutal.
Arrows there.
Arrows stay able to find it.
Definitely where they want to hold it for Sac State. I think it's
Oh, for sure. Now, I think Kazuma has swapped to Sojourn in order to counter this Ashe because Sojourn counters Ashe pretty hard, I would say. And, yeah, it looks like Champion's just still not able to find this footing. They're not able to get a good fight. Genji's almost able to take out Arrows, though. And there it is, Sojourn. Sojourn is almost able to find Arrows. And yeah, Bebsy just runs in. Bebsy's Bebsy's doing it. And he goes down. It does not work out very long. And they're just fold. Without their tank, it's just Sac State just folds. That was
gonna go down here as well in the late season.
I don't want to say that was a misplay from Bebsy, but I do think that was like sort of an overcommitment. I think he thought that his team was behind him, so I guess he dove in and he got punished for it. And I think that was
4 ults coming here with
Are they going to cap the point? That's the big question. Do they cap the point?
It's very low. Then you can die.
Yep, no blade value off that at all. But Yuo refrags there, finds Glaceon and Arrows, and yet a third on Murasama in the backline as he comes back to help his team. And wow, Yuo with the 4K, able to clutch it up for his team.
He definitely wanted to jump high ground there, but he couldn't get off the point.
Yeah, he couldn't help his team as much as he would have liked to there.
Alright,
And he just
3 ults pop from Chaplin's side.
Yeah.
Blade, Sojourner, ult, and the Nano.
And what's interesting is they still have 2 ults that go really well together. 2 ults that are going to help them in this fight. They have the Rally and then the Winston ult as well. So, let's see how this goes. Both DPS from Sac State are weak somehow. We kind of see this
It's a very odd gameplay from Bebsy. I don't usually see him.
Well, he's just trying to work a pick. Arrows is actually able to find it with the ball. Yeah, he knocked him up. I don't know if we saw that, but ball knocked him up and Arrows went in and was able to find the Sojourn. Yeah, big slam. Looks like they do have some strats that they're cooking. Sac State gold. They are definitely cooking as Yuo jumps in. Mercy's able to find one, and there's Yuo with a massive ult. He's able to find 2. He should not have been able to get those. It was a 4v5. He finds 2. It might be a third on Arrows. It is a third. Yuo able to clutch it up for his team. The second fight in a row. Wow. He's really picking it up.
So they are looking for the touchdown here. Mine do get off on point. They have to get off for a little bit here. Rally does get popped. Mura does get the pick on the rate.
Yep. The Reaper swap's gonna be massive.
1-for-1.
It is 1-for-1. Cross goes down there, down one of their healers. And so is Champlain. They're also down a healer. Nano Blade has been antied. Not gonna find any value. Mercy unfortunately can't find anything.
And I think that is what Sac State did want there, especially with that Blade.
Exactly what Sac State needed. Now they have 50 seconds to defend this point. If they allow Champlain to find any value with this Sojourn ult is going to be the only thing that they have for the next fight. If Sojourn gets a single pick, that is going to be devastating for Sac State. So they have to be able to target that.
Bebsy does switch back to the Orisa there.
Yep. The Orisa swap comes out. for the counter. So Saxon's doing exactly what they need to do. They're just kind of zoning. They're not really taking aggressive fights.
Doesn't find anything. Just very, very low.
They really want to farm their ults too because they do have Nano. Looks like they're farming for Nano Blossom, and Betsy gets lasered here. Kazuma's able to find it. Murasama goes down, and there's the Nano onto Betsy. 55% on his ult. He can't quite get it just yet. And there's the Sojourner. Finds Cross, finds Glaceon, and he's on. And it looks like Champlain's able to clean up, but Eros finds Suki.
This is a very even fight here.
This is even 1-for-1 now. Anyone's game. Murasama's still alive. Able to find JQ on point. And that's it.
And that is it for Max Day. Okay.
He takes it. Murasama
all right.
Right at the end
very,
there.
very big switches there going at the end of the match. Yeah.
That was
very,
a
very
right
fast
there.
thinking there on Bebzy, as he did see the JQ switch at the very end there.
For sure. And Ana played against Glaceon as well, which is rare. But you know, they did do work right here. I mean, the anti plus the nano, and then the sleep onto the tank, and then the snipe onto the Ana. Talk about an Ana diff right there. That was
all right.
1-1. 1-1.
1-1.
These games have been insanely close. Like
yeah, I think a lot of that first map BM is fueling a lot of this, a lot of these matches as well, which we do love to see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
All right,
especially
well,
since we saw Sac State finding the picks at the end, they were able to swap. I think the Orisa swap was honestly what won them.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
that last
swap.
fight. That was exactly what they needed.
The Reaper swap there as well, just to stay alive, be a little more beefier on that dive comp they had. Was huge. Mura with the picks, as well as Eros just being able to do what he wants, just self-sustaining on that tracer, just playing on that right side of that last point, just being a little pest.
Yeah. And now they're struggling to figure out how to do score reporting. This is Collegiate esports.
This is Collegiate,
sure.
especially if you have DOSP as your manager.
How do we score report, guys? Oh, that's definitely what happens after every.
But
match.
that was a very huge map coming in from Sac State. I know they've been practicing Numbani a lot more, especially formulating a plan.
Yeah.
As last season, a lot of the Sac State players did hate Numbani.
Yeah, which is weird. Numbani is like my favorite map. I love Numbani.
I hate Numbani, man.
Really? Numbani's pretty cool. I mean, they got trees and
they got trees and stuff.
The cart looks pretty cool. You know, they got like the futuristic looking like.
Yeah, but if you can't get that, that I think the hardest part on that map is definitely that first and third point.
The first and third point is brutal, for sure.
It is very beautiful. I was surprised at the end there that they did nano Bebzy just to stall off that fight a little bit longer. I was expecting a nano on either Mura or just one of the DPSs.
Yeah, I was really hoping for Mura to get nanoed so that he could pop that blossom.
I think that is what we were looking for, but huge nano there. Glaceon always is very comfortable on that Ana. Usually doesn't get contested most of the time, especially with the switches going in to the end there. But he does find a lot of those very punishing antis. Now that Champlain switched off of that dive comp.
I think it was those antis from Glaceon that really like sold it at the end there. Because I'm pretty sure the JQ got antied, and that's why she lost most of her health. And honestly, I think Glaceon deserves a lot of credit for that.
Definitely.
And it's interesting to see the contrast between Cross and Glaceon and the two support players on Sac State, because Glaceon was on it the whole time, right? But we saw Cross swapping constantly, and I think they did that on purpose to kind of keep Champlain guessing, and also like have a more flexible support. With Cross, she was Mercy for a while, and then we saw Kiriko come out. And
even the Moira. I am waiting for this Lifeweaver to come out from her. We'll see. She does get subbed out ONG and claims as that deep support lineup going
Oh,
into this
yeah,
Saravasa
they've
game
taken
here.
out Glaceon. It looks like they don't want their carry. That's fine.
Yeah, after all that work he did last
After all
map.
that work he put in, he's not going to be allowed in the fight, which is unfortunate for sure.
On Saravasa here, you can really play anything on this map. Um, I don't know. I would love to see more of that. Orisa, if Bebzy does want to play it, I think it was going well for them, especially if they are doing that Ryan comp again. I think that can be good.
Hmm.
Reaper as well, very very good. But Eros, always comfortable on that Genji on that last map. Was able to find a lot of huge staggers, a lot of huge
Yeah.
blades.
No, Eros was huge. Eros went big. Eros was able to find, like, I think it was 2 off rip with just his melee. Like, he just went in and just started
Yeah.
meleeing the back line, and that was huge. Yeah. I hope we get to see more Genji gameplay from Eros.
All right, so both teams ready, and we're hopping into Saravasa for this third map.
Saravasa. This is a map that is, you can kind of play, I feel like any comp can work, because there's so many close angles, but then there's also such, like, long range angles. I think both teams are probably going to have a Sojourn, but I don't know. We'll see. Sojourn seems to be what I always see on this map, but
Yeah.
Sac State, I think they want Genji as
Genji,
well.
they definitely want Genji here, I think.
Yeah.
And Eros is definitely going to be playing that.
Do you think we'll get a Rhine off? I hope we get a Rhine off.
A Rhine off is always fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it depends on this. Oh, yeah, there you go. I was about to say ONG being in. I think they do resort to that Bap, Alari.
You want me to heal you,
Bap, Alari, and Orisa, yep. Looks like their DPS are the only 2 that haven't picked yet. Maybe it's just because they know for a fact they want to go. Sojourn.
And there's Sojourn.
Sojourn, and instead of Genji, we have Hanzo. But Champlain runs Sojourn Genji, Lucio Kiriko, and Junker Queen.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to switch off his JQ pretty early here. Oh, Mura does come on the Soldier, never mind. They
double
do
hit
want
scan.
Double hit scan, full comp. I think
This is kind of like a bunker comp almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit like a bunker comp. I think if Murasama was on Bastion, that comp would be even stronger.
Yeah, a lot stronger.
This is still a very strong comp, as you can see. Murasama's already just kind of poking down. But Eros goes down immediately to Lank. Look at that. Lank is also able to find Owen. Wow.
Yeah, they were just able to walk on the left side of that team fight just because they didn't. I think both of the DPSs were off angling, so it was just Bebzy and the support.
Yeah, they gotta calm that more. I think Murasama had it in his mind that he was gonna be off angling, and then Eros was gonna be in the fight with them. But typically it should be the other way around, since Eros has stronger, you know, pick potential with that one shot. And then Murasama has a little bit more team play with his heal. So yeah, second fight. Bebzy is going in on the back line, can't find anything yet. They have no immortality field, so Bebzy does need to play a little bit slower as he goes in aggressive and dies. Yep.
But he does trade off with the Sojourn, but
Sojourn goes down. I don't know if it's gonna matter though, as Yugo's still alive, cleans up Murasama. It might just be a full reset for Sac State. Squid Hat Jack just kind of blasted in there.
Below there.
Yeah, Eros almost goes down.
Yeah, this is definitely
Oh wow, we got some more swaps. Sac State loves to swap heroes, I feel.
Yeah,
like.
this is definitely not the comp they can.
This is a weaker comp.
Stronger, but I think they've been practicing this Zarya Reaper a lot.
I do like the Zarya Reaper, but you know, shouldn't it just be Orisa and Bastion? You know, wouldn't that be stronger to for sure? But they do bubble the Reaper, so they're using Reaper as kind of the second tank here. Reaper goes off, and they're able to just laser poor Bebzy. Bebzy force the ammo. They break it down. Yep, Squid Hat Jack pops it, and that's gonna be the fight for Champlain as the second point on top. 1-0 in favor of Champlain so far.
Both supports ults get popped there from Chaplain's side is definitely what Sac State want to do going into this fight.
For sure. Sac State's got the ult advantage, 100%.
Advantage there.
But
with Slide coming up.
we still can't deny that both DPS ults and then the Junker Queen ult for Champlain, that's going to be really hard for Saxate to deal with. I think when the fight gets tricky, if the wrong person gets antied with the JQ ult, it's not looking good. I think JQ's looking for an ult. As she goes in, they take down the immortality. Kazuma finds one. I don't know if they even need to ult. Kazuma finds the second. This looks like it's going to be in favor for Champlain. And Bebsy popped his Graviton. Now they don't have Grab.
Hopefully he's looking to switch it up here. He goes to switch up. Very quick thinking here on this JQ, especially always. I don't think I think Bebsy was a little too far up, so he couldn't bubble and fall back to his team.
Yeah.
As he was already around the corner, so very quick thinking from Champlain. Just easily punishable with this little one.
It was kind of unfortunate. But it looks like they're taking this next fight. Claims they would talk to Ilario. Here comes the JQ ult out from Yuyo.
Bebsy does get anti.
Bebsy is able to find Yuyo actually. He actually is able to get the pin. So it's in favor for Sac State right now. The numbers advantage, but Lank manages to snipe arrows. Lank and Kazuma are still alive. They're holding down the point. Kiriko gets popped. But with Bebsy still alive, I don't know what you can do about the Bebsy. Bebsy's swinging, he finds one and they trade it. They still have both supports alive. I don't know why the DPS are not focusing. Yeah. There it is. They're able to cap it. They had to use Blossom, and they had to use the Sojourn ult. And Sojourn's ult didn't really have too much value there. Yeah. Which, you know, was kind of disappointing, but
very extended fights. I think Owen has been holding on to this window for a while, but he just couldn't find the.
I think they have a plan for that window. I think they really want to combo with Sojourn, which again, if they had a Bastion, I feel like this whole thing would be over.
A lot easier. So the map does get flipped.
Wow, quick gameplay from Yuyo as he just sprints into the back line and gets absolutely lasered. Shatter finds no one, but they are able to find the tank.
And
the teabag onto Kazuma. He finds him with the pin. Lank jumps off the map. Mercy goes down to Murasama, and there it is. Sac State is taking the second fight. This might be the point as well. They've got 85% on point now, so we'll see if Champlain's able to touch. I really doubt it.
He is coming up here though. Let's see if they do decide to use.
Yep, Bebsy charges in.
A little off.
It's into overtime now as Yuyo gets onto the point. Bebsy's swinging, and this is going to be a huge window for Owen as he finds Kazuma. There he is. Claims is able to find the light.
They're not looking at him at all.
Nope, they're not at all. Claims finds two. And there, Claims is able to get arrows.
This guy is dialed.
This guy is dialed in.
This guy is dialed.
Gets the first pick. Bebsy with the question mark to close it out 1-2-1. Question mark plus the teabag. I do like the teabag there because he did hit a nice pin. I would have teabagged all that for sure.
He had to hit that pin just so he could get that shatter there.
Yeah, he had to hit the teabag to really seal the shatter, you know, because that shatter would not have been as impactful on the Champlain, I think, if it wasn't for the teabag. I think the teabag really destroyed their mental.
Okay, so we are getting what we wish for on the
Rhine off. Rhine off. Rhine off.
In his room, especially with that soldier knee. Kune gets popped. Kazuma does have ult.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Sac State so far with that first ult. They're able to kite it and sustain it. Murasama is one. He gets out with his ult. They managed to stun Bebsy, but he's still alive. Hits a massive fire strike. He's already got his shatter. He's gonna rip it. What a shatter! Oh my god!
Do we get a teabag out of here?
No teabag. I think he's too dialed in, but that was a massive shatter from Bebsy. I cannot believe it.
Wow, he did get that shatter super quickly there.
He got his shatter so fast.
Even before.
Far before Yuo was able to get his shatter. That was, I honestly think we can say with confidence that that was a Rhine diff.
Definitely a Rhine diff.
Definitely.
Both DPS ults for Sac State here. Let's see if Murasama doesn't mess around. Hey, never mind, ladies and gentlemen. Both DPS ults get popped here. Gets a pick on the Cassidy here. Arrow fighting that pick.
Murasama did not get the Blossom. But Ilario
I don't think
well.
anyone, no counters, as Champlain does not have any ults. The shatter does get used.
Kazuma's still alive somehow. And it looks like, yeah, Sac State finally caps the point. This is a very close match, which is honestly that isn't not. That was what I was expecting. That's not what I was expecting. But what I was expecting was to see Sac State taking more dominant fights. But each fight they've won by the skin of their teeth, except for a few times where they were able to hit some big goals. So I really want to see them win a fight, you know, win a full fight together. Betsy gets walled off, lasered down. And yeah. But they trade it. Murasama finds Yugo.
They still have window.
They still have window. Mail gets popped
massive
Champlain. And yeah. They have used the Mail. And they get it.
Definitely very comfortable on this character.
Oh yeah, it looks like Kazuma is their player that they rely on for big DPS ults, whereas Mercy seems to be the one that swaps heroes a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed that both teams they sort of do this, where Eros stays and then Murasama swaps, and then Kazuma stays, whereas Mercy swaps, which is a very smart thing to do. But wow, Fire Strike window combo finds Eros. The window also comes out from Sac State. Both windows are up. It's going to be a bap off here as he uses his lamp. Owen is trying to find something, and Mercy comes out of nowhere. And look at that. Window comes out from both teams.
Just a change of tempo there after that Kazuma switch. They can't really fight on that high ground anymore because of that May. So.
And that's the third flashpoint going to Champlain. It's 2-1 now. Sac State needs this point, or else they lose the series, right?
Yeah.
It's 1-1 in the series, so if they lose this point, they are going to lose the series. So they really need this. The whole game is dependent on this. Both tanks have their shatter. Both DPS have ults. Shatter for shatter. Betsy's looking to find it. He's trying to find it, and he gets the pin. He's able to block it.
Oh my god!
What a shatter from Betsy!
Frame block. The frame block there. He was knocked up as well, which was a little dicey, but Bebsy.
I cannot believe that. Bebsy with the Rhine diff again. Blocks the shatter and then re-shatters. Didn't even matter that Link was able to pop window just in time. As a bat player there on Champlain, you're just thinking, oh my god, I have to use my window as soon as Ryan shatters. And he did it, and it didn't even matter. It was such a good shatter that the window didn't even matter. Bebsy was able to find it. What an insane play.
Both up here, but they also do have the Kazuma Mail here that can take a lot of space.
Looks like Murasama gets in the back line, able to find Mercy. Gets the window, and nice.
Murasama with the flank pops his.
That was what I was expecting to see.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about right there.
But it was just funny how he had to do all that by himself. He had to destroy the BAP window into the insta ult, or the BAP IMO into the insta ult there.
Yeah. I think Reaper is a very, very lethal DPS for sure with that ult. Like, I get in the backline like that. Basically wanting to fight, but May. Kazuma finds the ult.
Not find anyone. Kazuma actually getting very low. Half the pop.
He can't get anything.
No wheels now for the second 10 wall. Damn. That's half 7-meter shatter still.
Yep.
Farming these shatters so quickly.
He does have it. I don't think Champlain expects Betsy to have shatter. I do not think they're going to expect a shatter. So I think Betsy's going to get it for free. He gets pinned, and he goes down 99% on his ult.
1 for 1 here, but 1 for 1. Wait.
Wow, Champlain finds it.
And
kind of a trick shot pin there on the claims at the end from Yuho.
But after that fight, he does get the shatter, which is kind of unfortunate because we had the shatter advantage. I think Bebsy definitely wanted it there. He knew he had it quickly.
He had to get it. He had to get it, and he couldn't. So that was unfortunate. Again, Rhinoff. This is the Rhinoff right here. It really depends on whichever Rhine is able to hit the shatter. Murra gets taken out. They're down at DPS. They need Shatter to come out for Bebsy. We're going to have to see him do something. He's able to shatter Lucio. We're not going to find it, though. And there it goes. Bebsy gets shattered. The lamp is able to protect it. And with 99%, it looks like Sac State falls to Champlain. That's going to be the series right there. Champlain takes it.
Question mark?
Question mark in the chat from Yuyo. I mean, honestly, are you allowed the question mark there? I'd say
no,
you
I feel like
definitely
Bebsy
are.
did diff him.
I feel like Bebsy did diff him. We even see the play of the game. This is going to be that shatter. The shatter that made me scream.
Yeah,
that was
insane.
block
too was insane.
That was just beautiful. Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to secure it for Sac State. It was close.
But it's
very close.
Very, very fun map. I definitely love seeing those Rhine v Rhines there.
Yeah, the Rhine-off proved to be in favor of Bebsy, but I think, you know, with the supports being kind of split from Bebsy in that last fight, the Alari ult went out, and it just wasn't close enough to be able to heal Bebsy, and it wasn't in time to be able to save Murasama. So, you know, they lost early game for sure in that fight, and they just weren't able to use all of their ults and use everything in their kit to be able to win that last fight. So it was a good effort.
It was a good effort. Unfortunately, Murr did get picked a little bit earlier there on that last fight, but I think he was playing off that May use cryo there. So just no follow up, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. Like Kazuma on the May was, I think, what really like tipped the scales for Champlain.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what do you do against the male? What do you do if you don't have a diva to eat the male? Then you're kind of done for. If they get a big male, and unfortunately, every male was very big from Kazuma. I don't think he missed a male that whole series. I think he hit every male. Every time we saw him have male, it was a fight that Champlain won.
Champlain won for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to play against on this Rhine as well, just because it's so hard to punish. Even if you are taking a little bit of that space, you just have the male. And even in that last second Bastion switch, is when Bebsy was really starting to get punished there. I think that one fight where he had Shatter, and not before Yule was even close, he definitely wanted to use it there, but he did get punished again by that Bastion wheels there, so just to shred him again.
I would have liked to see Sac State go Bastion, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
honestly.
that would have been good because, you know, they just didn't have a lot of high damage other than the Reaper. Like, Reaper was the only one who was able to like really destroy a player.
Yeah,
Are they doing best of 5? Are they doing a second map? Or a fourth map?
I think it's first to 3 actually.
This is first to 3, but so it's
So
2 to
first to
1.
3, 2 to 1. So first to 3. Yeah, I guess best of 5. I think so.
Someone should have informed us of the rules up to the tournament.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 as well, but hey, we get blessed with one more map. Let's see if Sac State can get this reverse sweep going in. If they do play that Rhine again, I doubt it on this map, but I definitely would like to see more of shield break coming in from Sac State. I think that's not their priority because of their DPS lineups, but
well, yeah, it is their DPS that need to be responsible for breaking the Rhine shield, and I think right away, we saw in the first map it was Antarctica. They were able to destroy Champlain because of that Junkrat, and then they swapped off Junkrat, and then it was just kind of like, you know, what's your game plan now? You know, they didn't really have anything to take down the Reinhardt, other than Bebsy. Short break.
Short break. Going on a short break, everyone. We'll see you in a little bit.
What's up, chat? Good night.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on New Queen Street.
New Queen Street.
Champlain
My personal
leading
favorite map.
2-1.
This is my personal favorite map in the game. I honestly think this map is beautiful looking, and I like the gameplay of this. I like the high grounds on both sides, and I really like being able to take that like train space at the start. It's,
I'm trying to think. We might see a little Reaper from Murrah here. He loves playing Reaper on this map. Maybe definitely a Sojourn, I think, from both sides.
I always go Ash on this map personally.
Ash or Sojourn.
All of the different angles that you can throw the dynamite around.
Wait.
What is this? What are we seeing
on.
next day?
Wait.
Wait.
Pull out the Bastion.
Wait.
Wait. Okay, this is very interesting. I think this is the first. I don't know if it's for the second time. Yui has locked in that Zarya. This is very interesting. Okay.
Yep. Rhine, Bastion, and then Mei as well. Versus Sojourn Genji. Champlain's running a very, very tight comp. I don't know how Sac State is going to be able to break through this. They're really going to need arrows to find something. They're going to need a big freeze. Or they're going to need... I don't know. They're going to need Murasama. And Suki finds Murasama immediately.
Let's get the trade on the Kiriko though.
Refrag though. Yep. Arrows find Suki. Arrows finds Mercy. And there it is. But they still have the Zarya alive. Zarya is able to get Owen. Zarya is also able to find Arrows. Flames manages to take down. Okay. So it does look like Sac State's able to win it.
Pushing forward.
Sojourn's the only one up here. Distance on the point. No switches as of yet, but they do want to play this out. They do.
Progress is ours.
Thank you. Shout out in the chat to Jeff Live and Two Shies. Murasama needs to not die this fight. I think that's the big goal. They already force out Lamp. Owen almost goes down. Kazuma's actually able to find him. He goes down, and Murasama also falls to Suki. Because they had a Kiriko in their backline, going crazy.
Kiriko
with a 3K.
With a 3K.
Team kill. Kazuma finds 2, Suki finds 3, and that's the whole fight done. Right there. That was insane.
Now we have claims on Lucio.
They're thinking, yeah, well, okay, boys, we need to swap. That's what
They definitely need a Lucio for this comp here.
They need something a little bit faster. They need something.
Murrah entirely getting cold, so he is.
Yep.
And that
almost goes down. Suki is lethal with these Kiriko blades for sure.
Again, in that backline.
Again!
Unaware of it.
First pick, but Bepsi finds the main thing. Bepsi also finds Lank, and
backline is just getting punished.
the rest of the team is dead. There he goes. Wow. Interesting. I do like how he plays Reinhardt though. I like that he goes in and he tries to make something happen, but
yeah, try to counter.
Unfortunately, his team just was not with him there.
Yeah, a little Sac State a little unaware of the dive that's proposed in the backline.
Yeah, and we misspoke earlier. This is the final game. This is the series right here.
Huge pick from Bebsy.
Yep.
Bebsy is definitely feeling on the right today. Very comfortable in there.
For sure. Kitsune Rush for Satsuki, as well as Mercy's Blade. So I think they're looking to cook something in the backline as FC just swings. And there's the Kitsune Rush, there's the Blade. Lamp goes down. The beat comes out from Flames. Fire at will. Grab misses. Actually finds Murasama. Yep, both DPSs go down to that. Shatter comes out from Bebsy. I don't know what that shatter was, as the rest of Sac State unfortunately gets cleaned up by Champlain. Been there, he says.
Been there. The shatter.
Wow. I sense a bit of animosity between the two tanks. I mean, that might just be me, but I'm sensing the slightest bit of animosity.
Champlain does take a lead down here.
Yep.
Suki
is playing like a DPS player, and it's working. Wow, again, another headshot. And yeah, the rest of his team just cleans up Sac State. They cannot find anything to deal with Suki. Suki is just doming with Yuriko's knives.
Genji as well finding a lot of space for both. They're kind of playing off each other, kind of double diving this backline. And they really can't do anything about it.
Yeah, they can't. That's what a good support player should be doing, I think. For sure. Murasama unleashes the high noon. Doesn't find anything, but Bebsy is able to get the pin on a Mercy. Murasama now just goes up. Arrows finds the kill. This looks like Sac State's going to take this fight for sure.
Definitely wanted to take it there.
They're trying to clean up. They can't find these last.
Spawn is still up, so
yep. They do have the robot though. They are pushing it all the way up. They still have window. I wonder if Owen's gonna pop window before he gets antied. Lamp is forced out. He's at. Wow.
It's a 1-for-1. Kazuma does die.
1-for-1 there.
They don't have the main one.
They lost the main.
Very hard to survive, but everything's back.
These antis are brutal. I mean, Lank hit 2 brutal antis on Sac State. And then Yuo comes in and cleans him up. Champlain takes that second fight now. And the ults, we haven't really seen a ton of like ult combos. These have been very standard fights, like very kind of scrappy, depending on those support players to get those picks. It's not what you want if you're Champlain. You're depending on your support player to go Murasama like that and hit a Kitsune rush. Now it's on. Suki able to juke out Bebsy.
Both DPS's default.
Yeah, it's Champlain again.
So
Suki.
we did get a Genji switch on Mura here, and ONG on this Moira, something I've never seen before.
Yeah, interesting. Moira
is just struggling to live here.
I feel like this is what Sac State does, right? They lose a few fights, they start to panic, they start to swap, you know, and they don't have a game plan in mind, but hopefully this time they do. Beat comes out for grab here. No value for grab.
Still have the blade. Still holding the blade here.
Mercy's goes to the blade, but Bebsy finds 2.
Bebsy.
Mercy's still blading, doesn't matter though.
Bebsy is kind of the catalyst on these fights that they have won. Always been getting a pin or a fire strike.
Right, and he hit a shatter as well. I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, Bebsy was able to hit a shatter
He did hit the shatter
on one of them. Yeah. It's all about just playing with Bebsy. I think Sac State gets kind of lost. Yep. Murray gets punished. Mercy almost gets punished. But Bebsy manages to take out the tank and die for it. Suki finds both supports. Wow, just like that. Both supports. Another one. Suki, I don't even know what you're supposed to do against this guy. I mean, he's hitting his shots. Even when he gets dope, he just Suzus. And then after his Suzu runs out, he just leaves. He's almost able to 1v1 Murasama. He almost is able to take out Murasama. That's the thing that starts the fight, is Suki. But Mercy in the high ground. Lank hits an anti onto Arrows. That's the first pick. Yep. Nano might come out. There's the blade from Murasama. But he can't find Suki. He really wants to take down Suki. They re-nano. It's Genji v Genji. Mercy is nano, manages to find it. ONG does pop that coalescence to no avail. Wow, that was interesting. What just happened? Wow. Somehow Sac State's coming out with it. Yeah. Look at that.
It is only the on end is already here, but
Zarya takes the point, and Sac State runs away. Never mind. These are really anybody's fights. And Sac State still has so far to go with 2 minutes left on the clock. They are able to take control of the robot again, so that's good. Gio is just trying to kind of hold it down, waiting for his team to get back and keep that space that they fought so hard to keep. But a huge sleep onto Bebsy now. They might actually be able to find Bebsy. They're trying to look for Murasama. Suki is able to find 2, and they take down Bebsy. They take down Murasama. And that's the fight for Champlain. Just like that. All they need is Suzu. That's all they need. They're able to win the fight. But now Sac State has options. They've got Shatter. They've got Beat. They're going to have Sojourn ult. The Railgun. Bebsy, he's looking for a pick. That's what he's looking for. He's able to hit a pin. He needs heals. He needs the supports with him. He can't find it. He's able to get it. He's able to actually get it.
Oh, he's still alive though. Now died.
I'm not sure how Zarya. Yep.
Yeah,
Bebsy's just kind of playing his own game.
Bebsy's playing the best he can on this map here, but I feel like there's just too many angles, especially in this little fighting area.
Yeah.
To look at, so he's just getting flanked every time.
30
Can't really
seconds.
even back up to his team either. Just because he has to
Yeah.
Bebsy's still holding up that shadow.
Graviton Surge comes out, is able to find arrows. Bebsy's still holding onto his Shatter. Is he going to be able to find any value with Shatter? Huge ults coming out. Nano Blade from Champlain. Doesn't find claims, but Suki's able to clean it up. Here comes Eros now, trying all too late to defend his healers. He can't do it.
And it does look like
Champlain on the cart. It is. Wait, Mer's on the cart. He's trying. He really wants this butt. He's on the cart. He goes down. And here comes Flames trying to touch. Yep, that should be it. Champlain takes it.
And there you have it.
3-1.
3-1. Champlain takes the win.
Yep.
Sac State looking a little shaky. Just couldn't find anything get going on that map. It was a bunch of scrappy fights.
Yeah. Play the game goes to Suki, unsurprisingly. Yeah, this guy was just. This guy's the reason. Honestly, I think for sure he was the catalyst. We said that Bebsy was the thing that got the fights moving on Sac State, but it was nothing compared to Suki being able to find 2 immediately.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the game.
Definitely I can't blame Bebsy for holding on to the Rhine there, but I feel like it was just too many angles for him to watch, especially on this map. So it just as well playing against a very mobile lineup from Champlain, so it's very hard for him to even look at one direction or even a direction or two, just help his team. But Suki and Genji just perma-diving that backline every time without getting contested. I think
swapping to a tank that would be better at defending against their Zarya, because or better at helping your backline at the very least. You know, swap to maybe a Junker Queen could have done something. I mean, maybe not against Zarya. Maybe, I don't know. Being on Reinhardt didn't allow them to like defend as much as they would have hoped to, because Suki was just kind of playing his own game, and I think so was Bebsy. So it was just really unfortunate to see Suki get so many kills onto Sac State when he probably shouldn't have, you know?
Yeah. So. That backline really did struggle to live there at the very end. We even got a Moira swap coming in from ONG, which is usually not a character he plays. He was just getting very, very punished on the BAP.
Yeah.
There.
Good games though. I mean,
it was
those
very
were
good
close.
Games.
It really did look like anybody could take it at any time. So
yeah, but a bunch of these over the course of the whole series, the fights were very, very, very scrappy. A little bit of BM in there even.
Yeah, I think both teams wanted to take 1v1 fights a lot. Like both teams really prioritized like the squishy heroes rather than prioritizing tank first. So it led to a lot of very scrappy, very like, split fights. Whereas I think if Sac State at least was to communicate and focus down the Kiriko or focus down the Zarya, I feel like they could have had a better chance on New Queen Street for sure, even with the Reinhardt. So it is definitely it could have definitely gone either way at any point. So good games.
Good games. Sac State does have another game around 1:30. Taking a little break here. But Champlain does take the series 3-1 against Sac State Green. But yeah, we will see you guys in a little bit, in about an hour, for the next Sac State game. Hopefully, we can win this series. But yeah, it is Trunks. This is Python.
Hello.
And we'll see you guys in the next hour.
Yep.